and I'm going to be talking to you today about Christian meditation, pure prayer of the heart. This is an ancient, beautiful way of praying that has resurfaced in the 21st century. It has roots way back in Scripture with Jesus. Jesus gave the blueprint for Christian meditation in Matthew when he said, when you pray, go into that inner room, the inner room of your heart, and pray to your Father using few words and not to babble on like the heathens, but simply go into that room and be with God. The ancient desert mothers and fathers took this as a way of being, and they took themselves to the desert and they tried to pray continuously in this form using few words. They often used the ancient prayer Abba as a mantra, a word to focus their prayer. They would simply sit and say something like Abba over and over again and just be with their God. Inspiration for Christian meditation also comes from the Old Testament and the beautiful words of Isaiah, be still and know that I'm God. Be still and know. Be still. Be. Very simple way of being. And this form of prayer is now come at an important time in human development as we get more and more busy. This is a form of prayer that allows us to slow right down, to use few words. In fact, sometimes Christian meditation is called imageless prayer. We don't think about God. We don't think of images of God. We simply use a mantra. The mantra is a small phrase, a small word that allows us to continually focus. The prayer phrase that we use in Christian meditation is Maranatha. Ma-ra-na-tha. It's Aramaic in the language that Jesus used. It simply means, come Lord. And it's been one of the oldest prayer phrases in the Christian tradition. St. Paul uses Maranatha in his letter to the Corinthians, and John finishes off the book of Revelation with Maranatha. But Maranatha isn't a magical word, it's simply a word to allow us to focus during our time of meditation. When we come to meditation simply, and three very, very simple rules. We aim to be still.
Crossing your legs.
That discipline of stillness, of not moving our bodies so much.
1, 2, 3.
And then silence.
In. 1, 2.
We don't use words, we simply concentrate
1, 2,
interiorly
3.
on saying our one word. And again, I recommend the prayer phrase, Maranatha. It seems very simple, the third golden rule, silence, stillness and simplicity. But when we start to meditate, we realise that even though the prayer form is simple, we are complex. And children also are complex. And as we begin, our minds start to move about and we think about thoughts in the past, in the future. We daydream, sometimes fantasise. The mantra allows us to simply go back to that state of being. We say the word over and over again interiorly.
Remember, if your mind has started to think of something else, concentrate on your breathing and come back to your Maranatha. Maybe you'd like to try using your fingers if you haven't, or maybe you'd like to just put your fingers on your lap or your hands on your lap.
We don't overcomplicate our time of meditation. We don't analyse our meditation at the end of it. It's simply a time to be with God. I like to think that in our time of meditation, we let God do the work of God, and we give our egos a bit of a rest as we simply be. By being attentive to that one word to those simple rules of being still and silent and simple, you learn to be attentive to the world around us.
We're going to finish our meditation time now, so I'd like you to open up your eyes. Be aware of the sounds that we can hear in the classroom. Be aware of the sounds we can hear outside the classroom. We're going to finish today with a psalm. These kids lead busy lives. They've always got something in front of them that's moving and that's on the go. They get picked up from school, they go here, they go elsewhere. And I think it's really important within a school day for them to stop, for them to be calm, for them to just be able to go within themselves. And I've really noticed that. And for them to be able to talk about it has been a big change too. So they weren't able to really express what that was about. And as we've gone through the year, they've been able to express that.
My experience in my own diocese is that students with Down syndrome, students with ADD, and various forms of autism also embrace this form of prayer. It is a form of prayer where they feel they can pray with their peers on an equal basis, and that simplicity and being able to be part of the prayer process, whether they can read or not, is so important to feeling a part of the whole prayer situation.